The forest game on normal. I thought the last episode was episode 11. But turns out I was wrong. I actually skipped a number. So this one is actually episode 11. The last one was episode 9. Episode 10. Because it turns out I actually didn't skip 9. So I had to fix that. So this would be part 11. So I got done watching, I'm probably saying it's completely wrong about that anime I've been saying I've been rewatching. I haven't seen for a very long time. Very fucking crazy. Really weird. I'm very surprised now after seeing one of the movies that I'm surprised it ever got released outside of Japan. Cause Japan people are fucking crazy with their, crazy amounts of underage nudity and stuff in that movie. It was fucking crazy. And I can't believe Netflix agreed to put that on their website and stuff. I'm like, how is this not banned and considered child porn almost, because there is so much of just nudity and stuff of what characters are meant to be 14 and 15 and stuff is super crazy. The show wasn't too bad. It was mostly teasing and stuff, but the movie I saw was called The End of Evangelion. But the thing was, it was released in 1997, and the show was 1996. And I looked it up before I started watching it, and it said there is only 26 episodes, and apparently 7 movies. So I'm kind of confused how to do 7 movies if the first movie is meant to be, or at least the 1998 one, or 1987 is supposed to be the ending. And then the 1998 one they had on Netflix. Because apparently there's only 2 movies they have. They have the TV show from 1995, I think it was, in 1996 or something like that. Because I thought it was supposed to be, I always thought the show was supposed to be much longer, 30 or 40 episodes, because the girl in pink never showed up, and I remember the girl in pink, but she never showed up. So I looked it up, and I'm like, yeah, there she is, girl in pink. Why she wasn't in the show? I thought she was supposed to be in the show, so I'm kind of confused. I thought maybe they came back to the show later on and make a bunch of more episodes or something. So I was kind of confused about that, because the show wasn't so bad. I would say episode 1 to episode 25 is really good, and then episode 26 for me really ruins it. And I'm like, wow, this episode fucking sucks. And I did not really like episode 26. And I understand they're trying to go with something and kind of prove a point to the character and stuff, but being much older now and watching them, I don't even give a shit. It was annoying as shit. So I had to skip a lot of it. I watched it a good I don't know, 10 minutes of it. It was just going through the same shit. So I skipped it until they kind of eventually past that part, and it was okay. But I don't know. To me, it felt like episode 26 ruins the episode 1 to episode 5 of Elon or Evelyn Gillian or something. Gillian? I'll call it Gillian because I can see some would say Gillian, so Elon Gillian. And having the first movie supposed to be the ending movie, and then possibly 6 more movies possibly explaining what happened, because I'm guessing from them, because I feel like it's private that none of that looked familiar to me, so I'm pretty sure that probably might have been the first time I ever seen that movie and stuff. don't know if I've ever seen any of those movies before. Probably at some point in like on Konami or something, because I think I've seen most of those episodes from Konami at some point way back in the day, you know, in 2000s or 2005, whenever like the Konami thing was going on and stuff. But it was just pretty weird and stuff. And like the whole Kashi guy dying, I guess it turns out didn't really matter, since I guess in the first movie everyone dies except for the guy, the main guy and the main girl. I guess doesn't die, but everyone else does. So I'm wondering if in the other movies they will explain what happened, because that was kind of weird. Really weird. I didn't really understand. Like, and like, is he going to destroy the world, or is it just humanity is going to be destroyed and the Earth is going to go back to more peaceful times with just animals and stuff? I thought that would have been pretty interesting to see that. And then like at close to the end of the movie, they start showing like Japanese or like real world locations in Japan. So that was kind of cool and stuff. I'm like, okay, right? John like it was like at one point it was like a theater. It was like Japanese people and watching something, like, were they watching the movie and they was filming the people, and then later on they add those people into the end of the movie and stuff, or was it just based on something else? I wonder. You know, it's kind of confusing what's going on. Even now, being much older, because I imagine when it first came out, I was probably like, I don't know, not 18 at the time. I was probably underage, and watching that stuff underage, I think was completely fine, because all the characters were underage, but now being much older, seeing it with them being much younger, so it was kind of weird. It was pretty weird at those moments of like underage things going on. I'm like, this is kind of weird now. It's like I'm very surprised, like in that it got like green lighted to be released outside of Japan. It feels like that would have been like Japan exclusive and stuff. So yeah, it was kind of weird. When stuff like that wasn't going on, it wasn't too bad. But I don't know. But yeah, I'll say I really liked episode 1 to 25 was pretty good, and then again 26 kind of ruined it. I would say if 25 was the last episode and 26 really never existed, it was more of like, hey, this is like an optional episode and stuff. I think that would be fine. But it was pretty weird though. Like none as weird as some of the weird like 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds being naked. A lot of times it was kind of weird. Cause like even like the very end of it, when they were trying to show the like audience and show like all the real world things, they still snuck in like a naked woman on the like ending thing. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. Like even like, come on, Japan, really? You like do that? And like, I don't know how the hell that was ever like able to be into like English, like they even like did all that English dubbing. I'm like, I'm sorry, like all the people doing the dubbing thing was like, hey, this seems a bit weird, Japan. What are you doing? You know, like, come on, what are you doing, Japan? It's kind of weird. I don't understand. Like, sure, it came out in the 90s, and maybe the 90s was different in Japan, but like Japan was always weird. underage things going on at the time, and probably still going on, and having that seemed like they really helped their case and stuff. I feel like Japan people who work on it was some weird dudes with the amount of like an underage nudity and stuff. They try to make it not so detailed, but then a lot of times there was like a lot of some places like detailed. I'm like, this is kind of weird. Why would they do this? And then how was it allowed to be released outside of Japan is the most crazy part. And to it, it feels like it would have been one of these things where they would have like banned it and get these like would have felt like those people would have been some in trouble. But I think for all the other parts, I think it would have been you know, fine of watching it. And would I watch it ever again? Probably not. It's you know, there's not a lot of anime. I don't really watch new anime really anymore. I do eventually go back to rewatching stuff, but I don't know. I probably will try to eventually rewatch the second movie that takes place in, or was released back in 1998, and see what that's all about, and see if they explain anything in part one. Because if they did a movie or episode after the end of the first movie to kind of show like, is it just those two people left alive and everyone else died and it was just those two people, and but then he tried to strangle the girl for him to be alone, I guess, if there is no one else alive and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of confusing and stuff. It's like they was on some kind of beach. They were like on some kind of shore or some kind of beach where the one of the thing, that little city was kind of mostly underwater. They were like at that location. I think it's like Tokyo 2, I think it's meant to be, or something. I'm not sure. But it never really explained why the well, I don't know, I guess they kind of did explain it by they were trying to turn humanity back into Adam and stuff. But does that mean they were gonna be all dead at ghosts and they were like living together or something? Ooh, that thing of gas. Ooh, up. Oh, like I said, what if I do this? Sorry, that could have been a very bad idea to do that. And like be ghosts, or was he going to try to restart the human race and restart it without having those things showing up and stuff? But yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting for the most part. I thought it was interesting how Kashi, before he died, was able to have sex had sex with his like ex-girlfriend one more time. I feel like she got pregnant by the guy. I was like, oh, that's interesting. She's pregnant and stuff, and then she dies in the movie. And stuff. Like, oh, that kind of sucks. I'm like, at least Kaji gonna have a son or a daughter, but then she dies and stuff. I'm like, oh, and then she doesn't like come back, and everyone's kind of like dead and stuff, except for those, I guess for those two people, I guess, or something. I don't know. Again, it's something doesn't to me make a whole lot of sense. Maybe until I, go through it and watch more of the movies. But again, there's only one other movie that's on it, and apparently it's meant to be like seven movies in total. Oh, I really came this way. Oh shit! I thought I was going up. God damn it! I have to go this way, I guess. And like, I guess maybe they might explain it, maybe they might not, or something. I don't know. Really show it like, hey, are these two people the only one left alive? Because apparently I watched a few minutes of the second one to see where it takes place, and it looks like it starts like in the year 2000 when thing blows up. I think so. I'm guessing maybe the second movie takes place and shows and try to explain like more about the what happened and stuff. The second impact thing. What the hell? Oh, it's a girl. I don't think she showed me. But they might talk about the get more into the second impact and stuff. That'd be kind of interesting. But yeah, I always thought the guy's dad was always pretty like a badass, cool guy. But actually watching the show, I can understand more about it being much older and stuff. I'm like, wow, this guy was kind of a dirtbag using women to make him do his bidding, and then when he gets done with them, he kills them. Pretty crazy. And then like the dead mother chooses side of her lover instead of her own daughter was pretty crazy. And then the guy shoots the daughter, or he shoots her second lover, I guess he was using though. I don't understand why she would like do that if she knew if her mother was the same lover to the guy. Kenji's, I think it was a Kenji, or well, it was Kenji no, yeah, I think Kenji's the main character. Yeah, Kenji dad, and so this was kind of weird. Like, why would she do that? But maybe it just comes part of the job and stuff. Oh yeah, did I ever check these bones? Oh, it did. Oop, whoa. There's one of them and it turned into two of them. That's a weird noise. Now let's go this way, I guess. I want to try to find that boat if it is this way. Or anything else, like maybe I know the tree and one of the like things over there has the another piece of the gun. But for the most part, I think I kind of liked most of it. Except for, you know, the parts I explained now, since being much older and stuff. When I was much younger, I was like, oh, not bad, it's kind of cool. And stuff. And then the one part of the movie where, like, he visited the girl in the hospital, and, like, it wasn't very subtle, but, like, then he, like, looks down, and then like he moves his hands up, and his hand was all wet. So I thought it was like her crying, because she was like crying at one point. I'm like, wait, did he just like jerked off to the like unconscious girl in bed that's is meant to be his girlfriend, I guess? But I don't know, it's kind of weird. And then like much later in the movie, she, who was like kind of unconscious, brought that up and said he was actually was jerking off to her, and apparently he did it multiple times when she was unconscious. And then I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, Jesus Christ. I thought I was just like, you know, didn't think that was actually it, but like turned out that really was what he was actually doing. I'm like, oh my god, and they actually did it multiple times when she was like unconscious and stuff in bed. So yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. And then like he brings her back at the end, and like I guess he thought she was dead or something. So he started choking her out again. But then she was actually alive. And she touched her face, or she touched his face. And then like he stops choking her out. And then like I think she calls him an idiot or something like that. You're idiot or something like that. So like I don't know like what did she mean like that because you like trying to kill her but then he gives up, or was it more like you only brought us two back alive and then you try to immediately kill her and stuff. So it's pretty weird. Because I'm guessing like everyone who turned into like some kind of mass at the end, maybe they all died and they can't come back, and maybe the only girl and the only guy that didn't turn into like invisibleness was able to come back, or maybe he choose only them two in this world, in that world. So I don't know, it's kind of weird. I'm kind of confused by it, but I would imagine that's what the other movie is about, because I'm still kind of confused if that's supposed to be the end of it. They still didn't have the pink suit girl ever showed up, so I'm wondering, well, when does the pink suit girl shows up and stuff, if she's like, I remember her from somewhere and stuff, so I'm like, when did she come? When did she appear and, you know, somewhat helpful in the show and stuff, or I guess apparently movies, not shows, because it looks like there's only one season, or there's only this one season. Blah, usually I can't. There's only one season of Elon Gablin. Elon Gabling. Now I don't remember. I don't remember what. Fuck! I said I was going to call it something. Now I can't remember what that word was. So I was going to call it. Was it Gabling? No, not Gabling. Oh, god damn it. Because the way I remember how to say it is, I remember the way like Rocco says it from Mega 64 most of the time. It's like, but now I can't remember how he says it though. So now I'm saying it completely wrong. Eveling, god damn it. Gabling, Gabling. Yeah, it's the only way I can say now is gabling or gobbling, and I'm pretty sure that's way not right. But oh well, I can't say it right now. They're just, cause like they introduced it like the third children guy. And I thought maybe he would eventually come back in the show, and like he never does. I'm like, oh, that sucks. He never comes back and like actually fight one of those angels. So I'm wondering, you know, maybe in one of the other movies, he comes back and actually do some fighting with the pink suit girl and stuff. That may or may not be his sister maybe, I don't remember. There's no tree over there. No big tree over there I was looking for. But again, since I didn't like it as much as well, again, the only reason why I don't like it as much is because of the 26th episode. If you don't like because I don't like it too much, then that really shouldn't bother you guys too much of me not liking it too much. If you like it, that's great. That's good for you. You know, you shouldn't really care if something you care a lot about. You shouldn't really care that I didn't like it as much because I'm much older now and stuff. And, you know, understand more than probably what I could have done back then and stuff. Because watching as a kid, you know, it's not too bad when you're watching as a kid. You might not know, understand some of it and stuff. And then like with all the like underage stuff going on, it's like, oh, it's not bad because you're underage too at a time. But then you watch it when you're much older, and then you kind of like weirded out by it and stuff. Or at least I was kind of weirded out by it and stuff. I'm just wondering, like, if it is gonna be like a thing where like they release it as the first one is the end, and then the other 6 is explaining, because the second movie is something called something the truth. So I'm wondering, like, is it the truth of what happened in, you know, in 2000 with the second impact, and maybe they might explain the second impact more and stuff like that. But yeah, I'd probably get like, if I didn't see episode 26, I would probably give it like at least a good 7, and that's like my when I get most things I like a lot is at least a 7. But because since I've seen episode 26, that lowered it down to a 7 to about a 4 to me, because it was just so annoying and stuff to me. So if I didn't see 26, it would have been like a 7. But since I've seen episode 26, it's like knocks it down to a 4. And then the movie itself, at least for the end of it, Evelyn, god damn it, I don't remember how to say it, but then clearly I don't remember how to say it. I might need to grab my tablet and go to one of the Mega 64 videos and see how he says it. Or just, I guess I can just Google it, Google how to say it. Let me get up. Let me unplug my tablet. Doesn't need me charging right now anyways. I don't want to pull the cord out. It's one of those words, it's like, for me it's really hard to say, because I guess it's a Japanese word. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a Japanese word, who knows. But I wonder why that Netflix only did the season 1 and then the first movie and the second movie, and why did they do all the other movies, I wonder. Because I was always confused while watching one of the Mega 64 videos. At one point, it was like probably, you know, way in the 2000s, past 2010. It might have been like 20, I don't know, somewhere between 2016 to like 2019 maybe it was, when they did a podcast or something, and they said how they finally like finished a show or something. I'm not sure they mean the show in the movies, I don't remember. It might have been just the movies, or it might have been the shows, and now they finally finished it and stuff. So I wonder, like, does that mean there's more in season 1 of the show, or did they reboot it or something? Oh, instead I put how to ask instead of how to say. God damn it. But then the first thing that pops up does say 1995 to 1996. But then there's a Death and Rebirth 1997, a something film recap in the TV series. And then the end of Evangelion 1997, a final film that something the original series. But where's the 1998 one? They don't say anything about the 1998 one. Oh, let me go to Netflix really quick. At first it said 1997 to 1998. Or the first movie was 1997 and the second movie was 1998. But the list shows nothing about a movie that was released in 1998. Evangelion Death, then just Truth, and it has a 2 next to it. Yeah, 1998. But I guess okay, yeah, I guess it was like maybe, okay, yeah, I guess it, yeah, okay, so it does say, well, it does say Death and Rebirth. So I mean, Death and Rebirth must be the Truth. So, but I guess I should have watched the other one first. But it said 1998, not 1997. So if the one that said 1998 said 1997, I would have watched that one first, and then watched the one that said 1997. That should say 1998 then. Because I guess Death and Rebirth should have been watched first. Because that would have been I guess that would have been the recap of the show, and then it continues with the end of Evangelion. But then there's Evangelion 1.1.0 You Are Not Alone, that was released in 2007. The first rebuilt film. And then Evangelion 2.0 You Are Not Alone Advance 2009, a refilm. And then Evangelion 3.0 you cannot redo 2012. The third rebuild. What is this? Are they just like remaking the movies? Is that what it is? They just redoing the movies like George Lucas did with Star Wars or something? They're like, oh no, we did that wrong, we gotta fix it. And then Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 something up on a time 2021, the fourth rebuilt film. For a complete experience of watch all 26 episodes of the original series on Netflix, then continue something story with the future length end of Evangelion movie. The reboot movie should be watched after the mainline series, as they are mostly something versions of the same story. Oh, so there's like separate, not separate, but like spin-offs? Some kind of spin-off. Interesting. And that's when the, I guess that's when one of the movies will have the, pink suit girl shows up. But yeah, I always thought there was more episodes. I'm like, maybe like they come back. Could they come back and like he redo the world and everyone comes back and there's more angels, and then they recruit more people and stuff. Cause like one of the episodes, they talk about this like old council guys, and I guess the guy's father was always trying to stop them, but then at the last one he decided to help them or something. And not sure what the dad was trying to do. I'm not sure if he was trying to destroy the world or save it or make everyone absorb into something, and he was trying to get the one girl to do it and stuff, but then she betrays him and helps Kenji out. Yeah, I think his name is Kenji. I can't remember. Let's just say his name is Kenji. Because there's Kenji, and then there's the, or is Kenji the one that gets shot? No, that Kaji. Yeah, it was Kaji that got shot. But yeah, I think this is a weird, strange anime now, knowing now for sure, yes, there is only 26 episodes. But yeah, no. But I guess maybe I don't need to rewatch not rewatch, but watch the recap, because it's apparently it's just a recap of what happens from the TV series. But they might show parts to explain more of the beginning, because the little bit I saw was something that wasn't really shown from the TV show and stuff. And I'm guessing Kaji was working for those people that was trying to make the oh god, what's it called again? The something second, the second recap 2 or whatever it's called, and he was trying to help it to make a part 3, I guess, to destroy the world or something. I don't know. But I thought it was kind of strange how like the one girl who really cared about the Kaji guy really never knew that the one girl killed him if she was the one that killed him, because they don't really show who killed him, and I'm guessing it's that girl, because I guess she would have been the only one who would know that he was betrayed, was the traitor. But at the same time, I guess the father guy was also a traitor too. Then if he was trying to, do something with the Adam, I guess, or was it? I think it was Adam. Do something with Adam with the one girl. But I don't know. Again, maybe if whenever I get around, I'm watching the recap and then eventually not knowing why they never really. I guess maybe it's like they didn't do it because they didn't want to pay more money for the other things. Oh, there it is. Oop. Almost messed that up. Almost messed that up. I almost got myself blown up. So again, how much? I have 6 pieces. I got 1 piece out of that. Piece of gun and a watch. So someone had a watch when they put that there. Interesting. So why would they drop off their watch like 8 times? Because I'm pretty sure I got a watch last time too, so kind of strange that they also had a watch to put away too. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah. I guess all I can really say is interesting about the show. The very old show. Oh, oh, there's a bunch of dead sharks in the water. That's what I saw. I thought I saw like a bunch of like bright rocks, but turns out it's not bright rocks. It's just a bunch of dead sharks. That's interesting. Because there's meant to be live sharks in some of the places of the water, so it's interesting to see a bunch of dead sharks. Oh, like I was saying, like there was the one people that was trying to, cause they like brought their own like angel kid and stuff to make him seem like he was the fourth children and stuff. And then it turns out he was actually an angel, not the fourth children and stuff. And I'm like, well, like these other people that did it, and they just gonna get away with it. It feels like it's how are they able to get away with that? They like trying to sabotage it and stuff, and trying to like destroy the world by doing that. So that's strange. But I guess then what it was is the one guy was somewhat working with those people, I guess, the whole time. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of strange. Pretty strange. So this is like, it'll be probably quite a while, or ever, if I ever gonna watch. I'm not really into or care about any watching anime I haven't seen really like at all. Cause there's always a few that people mention to me when I go to like anime things, like, hey, what, like I've seen these, like what else should I watch? And there's always just those 2 or 3 animes that they always say like, oh, if you watch these, you should watch these too at some point. And I just never got around to it and stuff. And then like, you know, like that was like in my 20s, and then eventually it became, you know, in my 30s, and then 34, and I just never got around to it. And now being like 34, I'm like, I don't know if I actually care about watching an anime that I haven't really seen yet. And I'm okay watching, rewatching something I have seen, especially Alien. I haven't seen that in a very long time, so why not rewatch it and stuff and see if how much I, you know, think I've seen before and stuff. So in my doubt, that part was kind of cool, actually watching it and stuff. It took about a week to watch 26 episodes. It wasn't too bad. Want to watch it ever again? Probably not. I don't think I have a reason to watch it. It was decently good, but again, it was all those weird moments. I'm like a bit uncomfortable and stuff. Being much older and watching and stuff, I feel like this really should have been, you know, added to English dub. It should have stayed stay in Japan. I feel like this really has been the only anime that I went to rewatch that I have not seen in many years of, like, yeah, this is kind of weird. Back then, being much younger is fine, but now it's like, yeah, this is kind of weird. It's kind of weird. They was able to get away with that kind of like underage characters being somewhat nude quite a bit of times. Like they like a change. I can imagine they were like, hey, this stuff doesn't fly anymore. And you can't do that anymore to these underage students. And I imagine at that point they would have to use other people anyways, because I imagine a lot of those actors would have been much older by the time of 1997 to like use those same actors in like 2007 or like what was it 2007 or like 2008 2007 or like 2021. I would imagine by 2021 they must have used every single voice actor would have, especially all the any adults characters would have been for sure super old, should have been possibly I would imagine would have passed away by that time. Especially in the father character would have been probably passed away by that, or even the other guy, or even any of the council people characters or actors might have died by then too and stuff. Because imagine they all would have been whatever 30 something plus years older and stuff, probably possibly even more maybe. Whenever they did the dub translation and stuff. Oh, that's the island. Oh, that is like a bunch of floating grass. But yeah, for the most part, it's interesting and stuff. And that's kind of why I wanted this stream to talk about it and stuff, because I don't really go to those anime websites really to say what I want to say about things. I just use Twitch and to say what I want to say about these things and stuff like that. Because they do anime and Netflix. I'm gonna say Netflix, but it's anime and stuff. But Netflix does have a lot of like other animes there and stuff. And I looked at some of them, but I wasn't sure if I want to try to watch any of them, because I don't remember all of the people. They always mention like the 2 or 3 same ones, no matter like where I went to ask about that. One of them, I think one of the animes was called Air. I think it was called Air, and that was like one of the ones I can always remember because it's like 3 letters. Air, A-I-R. At least I think that's how they spell it. Air. And just again, never got around to do it and stuff or try it out. But there was a few animes I bought on Xbox that I've seen before on those like Kiss Me Anime or Anime Kiss and other websites that posted those videos when they wasn't meant to post them and stuff. And then I bought some of them when it was on sale on Xbox. Like one of them I bought that I haven't watched yet. If I do watch it, I won't be able to watch the 2nd or 3rd season because the Xbox got rid of the option to buy TV shows and movies from on Xbox anymore. But it was like probably a year ago or so. I think I bought the 1st season of Yu Yu Hakusho. I think it was like Yu Yu Hakusho. I bought the 1st season because it was like $5. So I bought it and stuff, but never actually got around to watch it and stuff. Or at least never got around to watch. Never got really in the mood to watch it. Is what I should say. I never got in the mood of really going back and trying to watch it and stuff. Oh yeah, I think there's a ship. Like the rest of the ship, right over there. Somewhere in the water. Like I think the rest of the ship, you can go inside of it underwater, but you need the scuba gear, I think. Or else you probably will drown to death if you don't use the scuba gear. So I can't do that right now. At least I think this is the location. I could be wrong, but yeah, I think there's some items in there that I would need to get at some point. But I guess, wait, was there really no placement for the dynamite? I thought this would be a place for the dynamite, but is there really no dynamite location? How about over here? No? Hmm. I guess this place is here further because of the ship. The underwater shipwreck part. None of I feel like maybe this could be it, but I don't know. It seems very different than all the other, stone texture and stuff. I feel like this is something like with lava, and then lava like cooled down and became that. That's what it looks like to me. Cause like the part of like when the everything's going somewhat bad, and I guess the father did get what he deserved to die by getting like his head bitten off by the Evelyn Giveling whatever it's called, the fucking robot mech thing who have his dead wife's soul inside. I feel like why would her soul would want to bite off her husband's head? It was pretty badass, but I can't imagine that actually happened. So I'm kind of confused about that too, if that actually happened or not. That was pretty badass for her to do that. Or maybe the son did it. Not sure. Oh, there's a tree. But you know, that was kind of badass. That was a pretty badass moment. But I guess I mentioned all the random things I wanted to mention and stuff. It was just pretty strange and weird and strange in a bit. Again, how this was released out of Japan is again very strange to me. Oh, there's the pot. Oh, I can't sleep in this one? Oh, I can't sleep in this one. I thought maybe they could. I thought maybe I could. Oop, wrong button. Wrong button. And I don't really remember the other names of animes I've seen. Maybe a few. It could have been. What the hell? He died. How did he die? What's that glowing thing? Oh, no one died. I guess they're not on the same team. I guess some of them are on different teams. Maybe I guess the guys with the masks over their heads are from a different team versus the other guys are from a different team too, I guess. Yeah, do seem more crazier and quicker and probably much stronger, I guess. It looked like I cut off his chest. Look at his chest. It looks like his chest was missing. And he laughs to death. Wow. That's pretty badass. Oop. Look at it. Oh no, I was like, oh no, he got up. Oh no, this is a different guy. Also, I thought something was strange too that Sega had something to do with that show in movies because they kept on showing Sega every once in a while. I thought, oh, that's kind of strange. Sega's one who do like. I'm like Sega's. I'm like, at least I'm like, isn't Sega the one that did the Dreamcast? Wasn't that Sega? And Sega did like um Sega did oh god what goddamn Sonic and stuff. I'm sure that Sega has something to do with that show, or they was sponsored of the show maybe or something. That time they gave me a rope. So it's not. I guess it's not always okay. So it's not always a watch. So I thought that was kind of strange. Cause I wonder like, cause at one point on PlayStation, I was like seeing if there was any games of that show, the Gavilan show, but I couldn't find anything on PlayStation. Well, that's kind of surprising because like there's a bunch of like Gundam games and stuff, but no Evelyn Gaveling. Jesus Christ! I gotta look it up still. I forgot to look it up. That was the whole reason to grab the tablet, and I completely forgot to look it up. I got too distracted by reading the names of the movies and stuff that the movies wasn't very. I feel they could have named the movies a bit better. I feel like they got very lazy with naming the movies. Now let's just say something correctly. Hey, then, game, glee, on. The E is pronounced like an egg. The gain, gave, gan, V-A-N. Parts sound like V-A-N. The G is pronounced like in goat. Goat? And E is pronounced like an elephant. The lion is part like a lion. For audio, something go to your YouTube guide, but they don't have a like robot saying it. Oh, normally they have like a robot saying it or something, but not this one. They have like a way to pronounce it, but not actually a way to say it. That's interesting. Because like, yo, go to YouTube, how to say it, or go to this website and how to say it. Very strange. Different, I guess. Oh, something else I saw. I was on Wiki because I was trying to look up the I was trying to look up something. I don't remember exactly what, but hold on, let's see. Oh, yeah. You're like a French dude. A very French accent. Why doesn't help me that much? Evlong Galleon. That's probably the best I want to say right now. Anyways, but yeah, what was I even saying about that? Shit, what was I even saying about that? God damn it! Oop, I almost didn't make it on my bed. That tablet almost did not make it on my bed. It kind of like slipped out of my hands, and then when it landed on my bed, it did not land flat, so it kind of bounced a little bit, but thankfully it bounced away from the edge. Whew. Oh, there's a bunch of things out here. Ooh, batteries. More batteries. Some duct tape. That's it. Oh, there's some more over here. It would be interesting to see what they would do to it if they did like make the show and stuff. I'm just kind of surprised to see like the last movie was released in 2021. That's pretty crazy. So it must have been 2021 when the little clip of them saying that they finally like released the full show or something. So they must have been talking about the movie or something. The like point 3, I guess, or 3.0 a version of the movies. So I do wonder, like, you know, how different is each one? Is these different enough to actually watch every single one of them? Like, is it really different? Like, every time they do the ending, is it more slightly explain what happened to all those characters? Like, is the world of that show over with, and it's like the world is now back to, I don't know, freedom and not the pollution of humans and stuff, and animals can be there much safer without humankind there to destroy it and stuff over time and stuff. So I am kind of interested in that part of it. Especially just know what happened to all the other characters, you know, did they survive? Did they die? What was his choice? Did he choose to just be them two? Or did he choose that everyone was alive who could have been alive, but they just didn't do a very good job to show that off? I'm pretty sure there's a shark in the water if I try to swim, but I'm kind of far away from that boat, so I'm not sure what I want to do about that. Oh, why did I pick a lizard? Oh, I picked a lizard. I guess there's no reason to kill that, turtle. I guess I can still collect the meat, I guess. Also, I don't remember him being there, so I don't remember him being right there next to me. I remember that one, but I don't remember that one being there. I guess. Or I can just make a new one. And I gotta run back, no matter what, I gotta run a lot. Like, is this gonna be my last anime I ever watched to get, like, at all? Like, even, like, new ones or ones I've seen before? Like, that I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, that would be the one I want to watch last of any anime. Because there's still that one anime that might be released, I think they said by 2026, of that weird, mage movie, or mage show and stuff, but if that's it, they're still working on it or even doing it, so I haven't been to that website, and I don't even know what website that even is. I haven't seen it on. I know I have a bookmark, but I doesn't mean I know that. Maybe if I search up anime and as I'm in the bookmark, maybe it might show up, but I don't remember what it's called. But it's the one where, like I said before, like the guy was like he was in his world and then he dies, and then somehow he was like reborn in this like anime world with magic and stuff. And like he was born as a kid and he slowly grows up and then he learns to do magic without even saying the magic stuff to do magic. He was like a silent or non-voice magic guy or something. If anybody might know what the hell I'm talking about, it's that anime. And apparently at some point there's supposed to be another season. Again, I haven't been here for quite a while, so it might have been an early release and I don't know about it because I haven't really checked up on it. But I don't think so, because I think they said like something like 2016 or 20, how do I turn around in this thing? Oh, so I think I gotta like, push it, right? There we go. There we go, that's better. Yeah, it's that anime. That was like one of the ones I think I watched kind of last before the one I just watched, Gillian 1. Evelyn Gillian. Oh, but that was like more of a, again, that was a more kind of a rewatch thing, but the other one was like the one I seen the first time. Like, would I ever watch that one? Would I ever rewatch it? Maybe, you know, if they ever release the next season at some point, if I care about anime at that point, again, I might go back and rewatch season 1 and I think season 2. I don't know, there might be a season 3, but I don't remember. Because I have rewatched the one anime all those, like, probably 4 or 5 years ago. I think it might have been when I watched the anime that I bought when it was on sale on Xbox, and I saw once before on some website of the I don't remember these names of these animes, but it's the one with the what was it even about? Well, I guess there's Lucky Stars. You know, they bought me Lucky Stars for one of my birthdays, and I, you know, rewatched that at some point. So I don't know how many years that was ago. I kind of forgot about that. There's Lucky Stars. I went back at some point in the last 4 or 5 years ago, and I rewatched that one. Kind of forgot about that. But yeah, there's that one too. Only one I think I know the name of. Oh, there's the air tanks. I'm gonna try to see if I can like glitch my way through and see if there's the items are in the on the bed, but turned out there I couldn't do it. What about here though? Nah, I can't tell. There's the bed though. They do have the bed, but also how did the cannibals got on the boat to even kill this guy if they don't actually do anything about the water? Like, they don't go really in the deep water. So it's kind of strange. I don't know what happened to this guy. A lot of rope. Back at, must be back at 4, right? Yeah, back at 4. Man, I'm just having trouble remembering what the other one's about. I don't know. It's, oh yeah, it's the the guy comes back into town, and he couldn't remember why he left the town and stuff, so he went back to his mom's house or something, and eventually his mom kind of reminds him why he left and stuff with the girl, and like he met some girl and stuff, and the girl turns out to be like a fox and stuff, and the fox fell in love with the guy and stuff. And then when like he comes back, the fox turns into like the girl and stuff, cause he's back in his like hometown or something, I think. And then he marries the fox girl, and then she like disappears and stuff. And then they showed her like on the floor at one point. She like sleeping on the floor, she's like alive again or something, but then in the show she never actually comes back as a character. It was kind of weird. And then like he falls in love with a different girl. I'm like, that's pretty fucked up. He like kind of saves this one fox girl and then betrays her by like falls in love with another girl and stuff. Like Japanese people are fucking weird in how they make their like animes and stuff, and like why do that to the fox girl and stuff? And she comes back alive and she's like not a fox anymore. She's like a girl and like and stuff. It's really weird. It might have been at the end of the anime, like the last episode, but I don't think it was. And then like there's a few other episodes, and then the show ends, I think. And she never shows back up and stuff. Like she's never at the school and stuff. It's kind of sad. Like it's kind of sad. Like there were a few sad moments in that anime of like she's like losing strength and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty sad and stuff. But I don't remember what the name of the anime was. And then there was the other one I watched. Probably 4 or 5 years ago, just to rewatch it and stuff. And yes, again, I don't really remember what it was called. But I'm like not really been really into watching anything really new. I don't know if I can physically take possibly really liking a anime again. That could have been really nice. It feels like I'd rather not watch it, not know about it, instead of liking it and stuff like that. I know it sounds pretty strange, but it's hard for me to explain it and stuff. Because I wish I can remember what the other anime I watched that kind of did that to me not that long ago that I can't. Oh yeah, that would have been the mage anime. When I got done with it, I felt weird. It was hard for me to move on from it and stuff. It took me a few hours to like go back to if it took me 3 hours to go back to normal and like do things again and stuff instead of just laying in my bed and not understanding like how to like move on of that like situation or that situation what I was like going through with that moment and stuff. Because it wasn't like the anime was bad. It was quite good and stuff. So I was like, it was like weird for me to like to I guess continue with life, I guess. You know, going back into normal reality, I guess. And not into this like real world and stuff, I guess. But then when it goes past, I feel better and normal. When I feel normal, it's like, yeah, I feel normal. This is great. And then I'm like, and then I'm always like, oh, that was weird. Why did that even happen and stuff? Like, it like makes no sense. It feels like it feels like it makes no sense. And I go back to normal. It's like, well, that was weird. Why did I even like, why did that took so much for me to like go back to being normal and stuff. It's like that always like I was like, well, that was weird. I was like, again, it's always of me saying that was weird because I can't say of how I express it in really detailed of like the only word that for me fits with all that stuff is like, oh, that was weird. It's always the best, not best, but only thing I can like how I can really explain it and stuff. All the water dried out. I thought I had a bunch of water left. Turns out I don't. Turns out I don't. Oh yeah, I probably should save. Let's save, cause I gotta go to the bath. I've been farting, but not much coming out of farting, so I probably gotta go poop. So I probably should pause it to go take a poop break, and then hopefully come back and be 100% focused on the game and not much on anime because I think I can't really think of really anything else. So I think the best way to switch what's going on is to me to pause it, pause it, and then I'll be right back. I'll be right back. If for people who might have not seen Alien Gillian show, I think you should still watch it even if you're, you know, in your 30s or if you're like much younger. I think you should still watch it. I still think it's pretty good for what it is. But maybe like avoid episode 26 because I think you might enjoy it more if you don't watch it. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that. Back from my little bathroom break. So I know I said I was going to not talk about it, but I actually have a few things to talk about because I may went into the bathroom. I'm like, oh, and then eventually I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I said it, but then I forgot to go into more about it. The part in like the last episode, or sorry, the 25th episode, I think it was, when everything was going down and stuff. There's a part where I said where how she did like she planted a bomb or something on her like mother's system thing to like blow up the place for to stop the third encounter, I think, and I think that's what she was doing. So she said like explosives to blow up everything, but she did it like through the system. And I said how she said like, oh, her mother went to choose her lover instead of choosing her daughter's side of actually to blow it up instead of not blowing it up. And I would imagine that, you know, her mind and stuff is more to protect the base. So when she sees that someone's trying to set a remote bomb to go off to blow the base, the mother instinct is to not let it blow up. So I imagine she did it to not let the place get blown up. She probably doesn't know the system doesn't know what's going on. Like the third thing is about to happen, so let's blow it up to convince it to stop it from happening. And then I thought more about it. I'm like, well, maybe she picked his side because the mother knows how he didn't really care about her at the end. It's because then they show the flashback of the kid, and then like she chokes out the kid, and then she couldn't handle it, so she throws herself off the giant pillar thing into like the lower section, and then that's how she dies by falling down. And then like her daughter eventually comes around to take over what she did as like the scientist girl, or not scientist but the expert computer thing. And then she still somewhat dates her mother's like lover and stuff. It's kind of weird. Now there's never a point of them intimate together, not like with the girl that starts with M, and because I don't remember her name right now, and the Kashi guy had like a sex scene together. But they don't really show anything that would happen. They kind of like cut away and they have like a bunch of noises for like 2-3 minutes. That's kind of strange because like it was an MA rated show, but maybe back in 1995 to 1996, maybe it wasn't originally a MA rating, mature audience type thing. Because I read something before getting to that point where like they changed the rating, or they changed that scene because they somehow knew back in 1995 or 1996 a bunch of kids was watching the show, I guess on TV or something. I guess it was on TV or back then when they first showed it on TV. Just like, you know, what teenager, you know, into science and space and anime, what wouldn't be watching that every week and stuff. So I'm wondering if back then they had a version of it when they actually showed what happened. I wonder, because again, Japanese TV is much different than North American TV and stuff. So maybe back then they actually showed it, but then they somehow knew kids was watching, so they like kind of cut away and stuff. So I wonder if there's like a different version of that I've seen and stuff. Cause like, but because like then again, like, you know, half the characters are underage anyways and stuff, and there's a lot more underage semi-nudity than it was like adult nudity. It was like, because if it was meant to be for a mature audience, you really want all your mature audience watching an anime about like 14-year-olds and 15-year-olds being naked like 25% of the time and stuff. So it seems kind of strange for Japan to do that. And to release it like that to a mature audience, but just something I want to say about the, because I feel like she does not let the bomb go off because she was protecting the base and stuff from possibly intruders, because she's probably like, why would they ever want to blow up the place with everyone inside still? So I felt like she was just choosing of keeping him alive, not actually shooting her lover. Cause then I thought like, well, maybe if she did do that, because her brain part, because when she like did it, she was still alive, and she would have not known about the being called a old hag, because of the little girl that was a robot, or was a angel or whatever. They didn't know at the time she was an angel, so she kind of killed the little kid angel, but then she just came back anyways. So she like killed herself for no reason and stuff. But maybe he never said it, and she just said, or he told her that to make her do that, to get her killed off, because she was no more in use, probably. Just like when the daughter that took charge and somehow became her lover of the guy too. It's very strange why she also would become the lover of what her mother was the lover of the main guy. Why would she become the same lover if she knew all the secrets of what's going on? I feel like she would have known about her death and stuff, and known that her mother was also that guy's lover, so I feel like she wouldn't be his lover too and stuff, so kind of strange. Oh yeah, I have the bucket. I should use the bucket and actually drink some water, or clean the water out. Oh, I can't, oh, did it work? I can't tell. Doesn't look like it's filled, right? Looks like I think it's still empty, but also looks like it's filled. I don't know, it's just this old pot. So that's kind of strange. Cause like, if she was a robot the whole time, or a android slash one of the angels that type people, why, and when she got hurt, every time she got hurt, why didn't the guy just switch her body into a new body instead of like switching her body into a new body instead of like letting her slowly heal and stuff? And like, why would her first body be a much younger kid, and then all her other bodies are a teenager body? So it's kind of strange. Cannot. I guess there's actually no water in there. How do I pick up the bucket? I guess there was no water in there. Huh, I guess I can't take ocean water. I need to take pond water. I guess I can only take pond water only. Something slightly destroyed. Does this water count? No? Okay, so that water doesn't count. And my need be time pretty soon to go back to that big village and try to grab all those sodas. Let's see, was that the two things I wanted to mention? I think so. Oh yeah, also it's hard to tell, like, who was in the good there. Like, was the good of the main guy, was he in the good? Or was it, at that point, the dad turned evil and stuff? So I'm not sure, like, was he in the good? Was the girl in the good? Like, blowing up would have been a safe, would have been, this blowing up would have been the right thing to do, or blowing up the base would not have been a good idea to do, because if he was meant to, like, possibly save everybody by letting the thing happen and stuff, because maybe they didn't know exactly what was going on. Okay, I feel like they could have been misunderstanding of what was going on and stuff like that. Because I guess if it would have been depends on the guy or the kid and what his choice would have been of saving everybody and turning them on to weird forms of people or something. I still don't really understand that part of what the fuck was going on. So I didn't cook the berries, I just add some flavor berries into the water, I guess, to make it taste better for him, I guess. Because I wonder, like, who was the right choice at the end for them to do that? Was it a kid? Was it the father? Was it the computer girl? Who was the right choice of blowing up or not blowing up? Because I really don't understand what the fuck the father plan was. I'm not sure what his plan was to do with the let the girl, oh god, what is her name? The one who was part of some kind of, like, angel type girl. But, you know, it was kind of strange. It was very confusing. I'm like, oh, okay, who's in the right? Like, did he choose the right for the people, or did he just choose what he wanted for himself? What he wanted for himself, but no one else, though. But yeah, maybe someday if possible, maybe I might get some understanding about those scenes and the other later movies where they might explain it, or not explain it, but they might show it off, and maybe they might show it off to make it more sense. Because why would they need to remake the same ending movie or why would they need to make the ending movie 3 other times? Oh, it's kind of destroyed. More destroyed than anything else. I wonder what happened there. But yeah, I'm not feeling so good. I think it's be the best for me if I just be done. Most likely at some point I gotta go poop again, probably, most likely. So, I think that's good for now. Hope you guys somewhat enjoyed this episode. I know I didn't do very much. Sorry about that. She's not feeling so good now after going to the bathroom. And it's getting pretty cold. So I might have to like shut off the fan and stuff if it's gonna stay pretty cold. For everyone who might watch this on YouTube, hope you guys enjoyed it. This was part 11, and mostly talking about Evelyn Gillian show and stuff. If you don't care about that, that's fine. Sorry about that. This was the 4th on normal mode. It would have been much longer, probably a few hours, probably an hour or so longer if I didn't feel so possibly sick. So yeah, I'll probably go do some YouTube after this, lay down, do some YouTube, watch some YouTube videos together maybe or something. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later, and I'll catch you guys next time. Catch all you guys later. Probably much later tonight, or at some point later today. I come back and probably do some more of this. But yeah, I catch you later, and I catch you guys next time. Catch all you guys later. What happened? Did the game fuck up? Well, there's no reason to join now. I'm about to be done. Or I am being done. I'm just confused what's going on. Well, I guess I'm gonna shut it off, because I guess the game fucked up.